shit. Yeah, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday morning out here. What's going on? Welcome to the BS with Hannas show, going live on YouTube on a fine Monday morning. Let me check the audio. There they are. There it is. Now YouTube saying my connection is unstable, but it seems as if I'm still live. Let's check. All right, we're still live. Fuck it. Cool. Yeah, welcome to the this fine Monday edition BS with Hannas. That's me, Nikki Hannas. I'm here on YouTube, my little morning YouTube talk show. I like to get up, and the whole premise is I like to wake up and take a nice long walk, read some good shit, come out here and talk to the people. If you guys are here, you're my people. Then I'll leave this, I'll go lift some weights, go about my business, go to work. Technical difficulties abound, evidently. I went to do this. The past 2 weeks, I've done this Monday, Wednesday, Friday, just to run the experiment of doing it 3 days a week versus the everyday thing. And I've tried 7 days. That way works. I've tried 5 days. I think I like 5 days the most, Monday through Friday, the standard arrangement of things. And in the past 2 weeks, I tried the Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Now, that worked all right, except for Friday. I put these fucking headphones on. I plug my shit in. I go to do it as normal, and it felt like an 8-bit bass drum, like in my fucking headphones. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's like, and it's one of those damn things, dude. This is life. This is why we try to get wisdom. This is why we learn. Why I learn, at least. Why I study perseverance tactics and determination tactics, if you will, whatever, because it's so goddamn frustrating. It's so annoying. It's like I'm just trying to do this cool little thing, and a microphone won't work, or the sound quality's dog shit, or YouTube cuts out, or so I'm like messing with all my cables and shit trying to get it to work, and it turns out it's this it's the popper stopper. It's the popper stopper of all things. It's not a cable, it's not a loose wire, it's not a USB plug, it's not a USB port, it's not YouTube, it's a fucking dumb little stupid piece of foam to stop my peas from popping. So that's irritating as shit, but that's okay. Anyway, it's a fine Monday morning, and I've been bent up and pissed off and irritated the past 4 or 5 days or so. It's one of them things, dude. Sometimes it just happens. I tend to just go, go, go. I don't often take time to relax. I don't often take time to breathe or to rest. I'm fucking hard charging, so I like to believe. And I talk a big talk about being a hard charger, which means I have to walk that walk. And yeah, sometimes I guess it just fucking catches up to me. So I came out to do this Friday morning because my man EMP hits me up every time he sees me slacking. He's like, yo, dog, where you at? I was looking forward to the talk this morning. And if I'm a bitch, if I slept in, or if I was just being lazy, or if I'm quitting over technical fucking problems, he says it nicely. But the way I read it, it's like, yo, where you at? You said you were going to do this thing. You ain't here doing this thing. Get it together. So fucking A. I'm back on a Monday. And on this fine Monday morning, what am I thinking about? What am I thinking about? The whole premise of this is putting some good shit out there. Because if I'm fucked up and bent up and being a bitch over nothing, I could blame a series of things. I could say I'm tired, or I could say, I'm not happy with certain elements of my life and it's bringing me down. I could do a lot of rationalization. I could do a lot of justification. But if there's things to be done, they ought to be done. And it keeps it pretty simple. In my life, it's like I don't really need to do much. I don't need to do much besides go to work and pay my bills. That's really the low barrier of necessity. But if I want a life of more, well, then that fucking proportionally increases. And I ain't like missing the gym or nothing. I'm still doing my readings and shit every day. It's just my attitude. My thumos is fucked up. My spiritedness has been amiss. And, I'm like that. I'm moody. I'm sensitive. I'm a sensitive little boy sometimes. And it fucking makes me sick. So the only remedy to that in my mind and all that I've learned is action. And, intentional action more than just spastic or spontaneous compulsive action. And it's a challenge. But I'm not the only one that has that fucking kind of issue. It's just stuff that I think about. And then there's times when I'm like, in my brain, shout out Dojo Sound. What's up? Good morning, Queen. What's up, Trick? Yeah, I mean, in my life, it's like I fucking would love sometimes to just tune the brain off altogether and just exist, just kind of float, just be apathetic. And I have a proclivity sometimes when I get real moody and bent up to just be apathetic and just not fucking care. And it's something I have to actively wage war against, knowing that it's a tendency I have. And I am how I am. We're made how we're made, characteristics and personalities and all these things. But if it doesn't align with what you want, then you have to fucking correct it. And this is the shit that I talk to myself. I'm always cross-referencing 100 things at one time at any moment, in terms of how I spend my time or fucking what I'm doing with it, what I'm at, what I have to do, what is an obligation, what is a duty or a responsibility versus how I would like to spend my leisure time if I can carve it out in the first place. It's constant difficulty for me. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them fucking things, dude. And in my mind, if I can do this at least 3 times a week, technical problems be damned. Oh, I quit my YouTube channel because I couldn't get my microphone to work. Man, that's some soft ass dog shit. What's up, Dojo? Yeah, well, you already know what it is, dude. You already know what it is. It's fucking ebbs and flows. This is parts about being a person and experiencing humanity, which is not just being an actual legitimate automaton or a machine. High discipline is a must. Grind is a must. I do believe. You can't eliminate these things from being a human, but that's not all there is to being a human. Humanity is much more than performance. It's much more than fucking just grinding. But I haven't found the secret yet because I think the secret requires grinding, and there's kind of a constituent like circle that goes there. It's that thing. Jocko Willink. Jocko Willink. I like Jocko a lot. Jocko, his first book, Extreme Ownership, was one of the beginnings of my quote unquote personal development journey, which directly segued into getting sober. So, like, thank you, Jocko. Extreme ownership, high accountability, discipline equals freedom. You get no freedom without discipline because freedom is a fucking responsibility. It's not just this thing that we can just enjoy and do whatever the fuck we want. Freedom comes with things. And at the end of the day, I think as Americans and as individualists, generally speaking, we want freedom. Means you got to grind to get it. You got to earn it. And it's always been like that. The state of humanity has not been one where we're all just free and freedom is a given. You got to earn it. And, I guess that's when the fucking 100 corresponding cross references in my brain show up. And it fucks me up sometimes. But that's okay. It's all good because it's a Monday and I fucking got up early. We're back on that motherfucking horse today. And I was reading and walking. And here I am fucking talking. And within about a half hour, I'll be fucking lifting Monday morning, International Chest Day. And then shortly after that, I'll be fucking working. And then when the day is done, it will have been a good day. Hopefully set me up for a better subsequent day. Carry that energy throughout the week and we're fucking chilling, Spiraling on a Monday, the spiraling doesn't fucking stop. What's up, Dojo? What's up, yo? Yeah, I mean, as long as I'm spiraling upwards, I think that's the goal. Shit. The spiral is sometimes unavoidable. The spiral calls me. The spiral is beckoning to me unceasingly. And who am I to deny the call of the spiral? So I just got to do it constructively and not destructively. Because there's a lot that, shit. I've been down that road and it fucking sucks. It fucking sucks bad. But, what do I know? Anyway, let me get to my slight preparedness for today. Mostly I'm thinking about like the shit that I'm reading right now. I finished Brent Gleason's book last week, Embrace the Suck. And there's like, it's basic self-development, lessons from a Navy SEAL, The Navy SEAL Way to an Extraordinary Life by Brent Gleason. I like listening and reading to the Navy SEALs. Some of them have more celebrity than others, such as David Goggins or Jocko, as I was just talking about. I don't know Brent Gleason from the podcast circuit or from listening to his stuff, but I enjoyed his book. He ends it with a series of the Navy SEALs creeds, little slogans. So I'll read those back to summarize that book. But it's funny too, because I was also, when I was rewatching for the 1,000th time, rewatching Game of Thrones last week, whatever episode it was Sam Tarley of the Night's Watch when he is guiding the wildling Gilly back into the wall. And he's telling her about all the castles and shit and how they were built, who built them, for what purpose they were built. This wildling girl's never read. You know, she has no idea what reading is. It's a whole different, like, within that universe, it's a whole different social sphere. Being of north of the wall versus a highborn Night's Watch outcast. But I thought it was pretty funny because I talk about reading a lot. And there's a lot of people that just don't value reading. They don't really value it, or they just don't do it. Might be one of those things that they say they value and they actually don't. But Sam's Harley is explaining all this to the wildling Gilly. And she says, "You learned all that from reading marks on paper? You're like a wizard." And that stuck out to me. Every time I rewatch that shit, it sticks out to me. Learning shit from other people by marks on paper is like a fucking mind-blowing idea. Similar, just as mind-blowing as learning things from somebody using their voice to communicate abstract ideas to fucking change people's lives. You know what I mean? I don't know. This shit's fucking interesting. So that's worth noting. Read books and be like a wizard. You heard it here first. So anyway, let's go to Mr. Brent Gleason. Embrace the suck. What kind of Navy SEAL creeds we got? Dun, 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 dun. Transform your mind. Live extraordinarily. The fail-safe principles to transform your mind and live an extraordinary life. Principle 1, embrace the suck. Principle 2, the only easy day was yesterday. Principle 3, get comfortable being uncomfortable. Principle 4, persevere and thrive on adversity. Principle 5, it pays to be a winner. Principle 6, in the absence of orders, I will take charge. 7, stay in your 3-foot world. And some of these are cooler than others. Some of them make more sense. Some of them are just much more general. You know, stay in your 3-foot world. He says to focus on what is in your immediate control and deprioritize everything else. This allows you to prioritize and execute where you have the maximum impact. Pays to be a winner. That's something we all hear, you know, unless you're one of those people that says winning doesn't matter. It's not if you win or lose, it's how you play the game. That's true. We should play the game well, but if you're playing the game well, it's intended to win, not intended to just be okay not winning. But if you're forced to not win because you got beat, you got to learn to be okay with it. Anyway, principle 8, demand discipline. Expect innovation. Number 9, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Improving performance in any aspect of life takes time. Get the little things right first, then keep moving the goalposts. Number 10, eat the elephant one bite at a time. When it comes to achieving big goals and navigating life's obstacles, when we have too many priorities, we have no priorities. Prioritize and execute, which seems to be the recurring theme. Prioritize and execute. Discipline equals freedom. This is shit that I'm just learning online. But then I get all fucked up for a few days and I don't do shit. So what the fuck do I know? I'm just out here spiraling on a Monday. And don't you forget that either. Shout out Dojo. Anyway, number 11, uncompromising integrity is my standard. Integrity and trust have a direct and measurable impact on personal performance and the success of any team or relationship. And he ends it with number 12, never out of the fight. He's a Navy SEAL. That's a lifestyle once you're in that. And I ain't in that world, so I ought not opine about that world. So yeah, there you go. Embrace the suck. There it is. It's worth reading. I like to just read. I want to be, what's the word? Vociferous? Voracious? I don't know. I like to be a reader, which means I got to read a lot of shit. And I would recommend it. Fucking find something you like and read it. Don't listen to me. What's up, EMP? Prioritization is everything. What do you got, a spiraling face right there, dude? Is that a spiraling emoji? My man. Yeah, you know what it is, dude. Anyway, so that's what I had just read. On to the next series of books. Fucking A. Dojo Sound says, spiraling on a Monday is my favorite activity. We def spiraling upwards. Fucking A right. Prolific? Nah, it's the prolific is a different word than prolific is like legacy. To be a prolific reader implies high levels of competence or notoriety, I think. Vociferous, I don't know what fucking word it is. That would be like one who just consumes, a gluttonous reader. Oh yeah, look, I love this shit. Shout out to all you. One love. I got fucking 4 people in the chat, and we're all spiraling. And Cipherum. Thank you, EMP. No. No, sir. Not that's a different word. Anyway, so that's the book I just read. Here's my morning read. This is from fucking As Bill Sees It, The AA Way of Life. Today is called Never the Same Again. It was discovered that when one alcoholic had planted in the mind of another the true nature of his malady, that person could never be the same again. Following every spree, he would say to himself, maybe those AAs were right. After a few such experiences, often before the onset of extreme difficulties, he would return to us convinced. It's like planting a seed of thought. And that's a big idea, too. That's the point of reading. That's the point of listening. That's the point. I mean, shit, if I could fucking throw some seeds out into the general world via guitar playing or talking shit on the internet with sunglasses on, that's a job well done. The idea that hearing something you can't unhear, it's what is it? What do they call it? The law of exposure. Once you're exposed to something, you can't really unexpose oneself to it. I think all good things are that way, just as all bad things are that way. And I found that pertinent today. I watched Inception yesterday. I never seen Inception before. It was hard as shit to keep up with. The idea of dreams within dreams within dreams within dreams, where it starts on basically an espionage mission and ends up with the protagonist confronting his deepest subconscious. Like, I don't want to say, how would I phrase it? His deepest subconscious, like, harborings of guilt. So it's like his personal discovery through a series of dream espionage. Yeah, it's fucking kind of interesting, but it's all precipitated on the idea of incepting an idea in someone's head in a way that they can't really know where it came from. So it seems genuine when that one thing gets in there, that one little kernel, and it fucking grows into something way bigger. It's fascinating. Fascinating. Now that I'm awake, it's hard for me to make believe. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Like, that shit's fucking real. And that could, and that's a fucking interesting thing to me because what's the line between that and delusion? This is like, and I watched Fight Club the other night too, which fucked my brain up a little bit. I knew the basic gist of what Fight Club is. Like, besides not talking about it, I never watched it. But actually watching it while kind of knowing what to look for and like the cultural cues and like how it's famous and shit, it's like, how much of this shit is projection? It's like, it's all projection, right? What is our subconscious? And I thought it was cool in Inception where they're at the shores of the subconscious. Like the dude's subconscious was like a literal beach with waves crashing against a fucking wall. And like, I don't know. It's an iceberg of thought. That shit is super, super interesting. What are we harboring like in ourselves that propagates that war within us? Assuming we all have one. Maybe some of us don't, but like most motherfuckers I know do at some point. And if you're not aware of it, then it's going to fucking win, And the people that would defend yourself in your dream state in the movie, they were calling them projections. Interesting. Meanwhile, in Fight Club, Homeboy is being led by his own psychological projection in form of Tyler Durden. And that's like the destructive archetype there, where here's your fucking frustrated, like psychological projection of yourself, that alter ego, that Slim Shady of yourself, so to speak, that you're letting lead you. The mild schizophrenia aside, if I'm spiraling on a Monday, I hope it's positive and not a schizophrenic spiral, but disjointed as it may be. But if you're going to like the idea of in Fight Club of having that fucking destructive, like alter ego lead to it's like the Joker and shit. And that's like destructive disenfranchisement when really it should be productive and constructive as a result, But that's why I like to read shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm fucking throwing my books around on a Monday. I think because it's hard to make sense of. If you don't learn how to make sense of it and kind of get to know yourself, I guess, then you don't really know where that goes. It's just energy that's just harnessed by some mechanism somewhere, somehow, and it has to go somewhere, If the energy exists, it's neither created nor destroyed. So what do we do with it? I don't fucking know. Spiraling on a Monday. I love it. 20-minute mark. I'm about to end this shit up. Thank you guys for hanging out. Good morning, be honest. That's me. I got one more thing to read. Positive Thinking Every Day. Yup. Positive Thinking Every Day by Norman Vincent Peale, what we got today? July 28th. Mr. Peale says, how you think about a problem is more important than the problem itself. So always think positively. Easier said than done, but that's the task at hand. Anyway, where's my phone? I threw my phone too? Jesus Christ. Spiraling on a Monday. Happy Monday, one love. This has been a fine, high energy morning edition of BS with Hannas here on YouTube. That's me, Nicky B. Hannas. You can find this on YouTube. I go live at some point in the morning, most mornings, most times, debatably. That's okay. We'll figure it out. Yeah, you can find this on YouTube, BS with Hannas. Eventually, I shoot it out to Spotify podcast, Apple podcast, so on and so forth. You can find my music, heavy blues metal. I affectionately call it heavy blues metal, some hard fucking rock and roll. NickyBHannas.com, NickyBHannas.bandcamp.com, Nicky B. Hannas on all streaming services. Chest Day is calling, and who am I to deny the call? One love, keep it real, peace.